he said, I'll put a chair over your head if you push me too much. It must have been a while since you saw that AJ.
I mean, it's always there. It's just that I think in the past he's been a little bit more refined, and I feel like he's probably felt that he's got some kind of corporate responsibility to be that role model. And actually now, it's not that he doesn't care, but it's just like he's very comfortable in himself. I've seen it a few times when people say, "Do you want to go now?" That, like, Otto Wilding said something head-to-head where he was saying like, "Yeah, I'm ready now." He's like, "What now? What now?" You know. And Dominic Brazil, remember, like that, he said the same thing. Well, let's go now then. And it's just like that's when he just switches into fight mode. So people sometimes forget that AJ, Olympic gold medalist, incredible ambassador for our country, aka bad that's ready to fight at any moment. Excuse my French.
And sometimes I understand why he does it. Sometimes he'll say like, "I didn't get these knuckles from boxing."
I know.
Like, and he likes to quietly and politely.
Oh, what's this? We like the new AJ, not the new AJ. Just maybe a little bit more public facing in that respect, you know.
But he has carried the sport for so long, and he has said all along, "I wanted to be a business. I didn't want to act like and do crazy things." But then, annoyingly, he's had some of his doubters or his critics and his opponents say, "Oh, he's fake." But it's not being fake, is it? It's being a decent fella when you go to work.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But, you know, and then when you see him always switching, he's not switching. You're just seeing more of it. You know what I mean? And people love it as well. That's the reality.
I'm not going to try and get you, Carl Froch and AJ to come back and forth. And I know you must have great loyalty to Carl because he's one of your proper original boys, like Darren, like Kell Brook. Are you able to mediate a little bit? Because these two are British boxing legends. Is it gone too far?
Very difficult to mediate with Carl Froch because he's very stubborn. That's what made him the great fighter that he was, in all honesty. Like, you're not, you know, I think if I reached out to him, I mean, firstly, I don't think AJ would want me to reach out to him. Like, and this is all blown well out. Like, someone said to me earlier, do you think it's affecting AJ's build-up to the fight? It's like, mate, it's not really that deep. He said something he don't like. He sent him a message to say something. He went back and thought, like, but the only difference is Carl is letting everybody know publicly what those, like, and I don't like posting screenshots personally, like yeah, like you know. But also, Carl has his own platform where he's trying to drive interest, he's trying to drive viewership, and it's doing quite well. And like you know, and Carl doubles down on stuff a lot. So you saw with the Frank Warren stuff, like Carl comes out saying, Warren comes back, Carl doubles down with something else, Warren comes back, Carl goes again. You know what I mean? So sometimes you're better off just going, like, you know, they're two incredible fighters, like two massive legends of British boxing. So hopefully it can all evaporate.
And it's also not defending Carl, but I think it's born out of respect for Rob McCracken, and he feels that the split up there may be. To me, that's what it looks like. He's trying to defend Rob McCracken because Rob doesn't do media.
No, maybe, but I think to be fair to AJ, like
I'm sure Rob McCracken's made millions from AJ.
Yeah, but no, it's not just the money. Like, I feel like, you know, that relationship probably lasted a little bit longer than it could have done, out of the respect that AJ had for Rob McCracken. Rob McCracken was like an advisor, you know, almost sometimes a father figure to AJ. He was a huge part of his career and a massive asset to AJ's career. I don't think AJ would be where he is without Rob McCracken. He knows that, you know, and he's always had incredible respect for Rob. And actually, I think in the end, they carried on working together because AJ didn't want to, didn't want to walk away from Rob McCracken because he had too much respect for him. So I don't think he should be penalised for that. You know, like that just happens in trainer and fighter relationships. Sometimes it's time to move on. You know, they've never fallen out, so that can happen. You know, and yeah, I don't know what it. You know, I don't know.
When Turkey Al Sheikh, all of our bosses now announced that the rematch for the Undisputed was back on, he did call it the Undisputed.
Yeah.
So we got a little chat with him the other week and we sort of asked how come the IBF and this has happened, but he's very happy with it. It seems like music is. Well, you surprised that it's not undisputed anymore? Or does it make sense?
No, because we also said that, you know, when we're looking at the opponents, we've got a big choice. If the IBF title is on the line, Dubois the fight, like, no question. So he said, we'd like you to fight Dubois. We said, we'd like the IBF title to be on the line. He also knew the order from the IBF. Now, you get a lot of people saying, oh, this is... people moan when the governing bodies don't follow their rules. Now they're following their rules and they still moan. Like Filip Hrgovic, the IBF mandatory has been due for well over 2 years. So at least 2 fights happened that probably shouldn't have. So in the end, it's like, well, how many more? Like, it becomes a mockery because I understand it sometimes as a champion. I don't want a mandatory to be called on my guy. But if I've got the mandatory challenger, I want it to be called because we've earned it. You know what I mean? So Dubois earned the right to fight for the world title. AJ's the next contender. It's 1 and 2. I can't say he don't deserve to fight for a world title either. So, and ultimately, the winner's going to fight the winner of Usyk Fury probably anyway for Undisputed. So it actually adds another dimension to that as well.